with sugar is it allows you to take large amounts of calories on very quickly, which can make you obese.
Mike uses high-tech equipment to measure the body fat percentage of my 4 volunteers.
So at the moment, 51% of your body is fat.
Really? Wow. That's a lot. It's half of my body weight.
All 4 have levels that are higher than they should be, and it's this body fat that can lead to health problems.
Gaining weight can link to heart disease, diabetes and other long-term conditions.
And further tests show that my volunteers are already in danger.
The background of high sugar, high body fat is going to place more and more stress on your liver, on your muscles, but mainly on the pancreas. And over time, if you don't do something, you'll be having to take insulin through an injection, which is what happens with people when they have type 2 diabetes for a long period of time.
And for Simon, excess fat has led to signs of a potentially fatal disease.
Now, when your liver has too much food inside of it, it starts to have this long, silent scream, which is indicating to us that you have a condition called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And unless you do something, it's very likely that you're going to go on to develop type 2 diabetes.
Then I'll do something.
Sugar doesn't directly cause conditions like type 2 diabetes and liver disease, but because it's so energy-rich, along with other carbohydrates and fat, it is one of the things most likely to increase your body fat, and it's this fat that will do the damage. Time for my 4 volunteers to start cutting back.
I'd like you to try and get down to 6 teaspoons of sugar a day, which, for some of you, it's going to mean losing 80% of what you're consuming sugar-wise at the moment. It's a tough challenge. Do you think you can do it?
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's very positive. Good.
While they're finding out the reality of cutting back, I'm going to be looking at 3 of the main sources of refined sugar in their diets to see what they're up against. Sweet treats. For most of us, these are the biggest challenge. I want to uncover the science behind why we crave them. Savoury foods. Why is the food industry putting sugar in products that we'd assume were completely sugar-free? And what is it that fizzy drinks do to our appetite that means some scientists say they're the biggest problem of all?
I can't think about anybody but you. Sugar, I can't think about anybody but you.
We eat more biscuits than any other country in Europe, and sweet treats are where we Brits get most of our sugar from.
I can't think about anybody else but you. Anybody else but you.
So for our volunteers, these have to be the first things to go. But how tough will that be? It's the Sikh equivalent of Christmas Day, and there's a big celebration in the local temple, a source of great temptation for Rick.
This is Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Gurpurab, which is a celebration of the birth of our first Guru. This is our Christmas, if you will. So there's a lot of sugary sweets and treats to celebrate this event. This is torture. That's sugar written in pretty much pure sugar, deep fried, and then dipped in syrup. It doesn't get any better, but it also doesn't get any more cruel than that.
But Rick is being a good boy. So far, he hasn't put anything sweet on his tray. But does that change the celebration? Like Christmas Day without the pudding?
It is actually quite a big deal. It's been quite challenging. The guy's teasing me doesn't help.
Meanwhile, Cara is really struggling. Her husband, Rob, is refusing to dump the sweet treats.
Right, I'm just gonna shove all my stuff over there so that you've got the
your stuff and I've got the stuff with less sugar in.
So they're arranging their cupboards into his and hers. For someone who craves sugar, this is asking for trouble. But Cara is determined to fight temptation. She really wants to kick her sweet habit for the sake of her son, Noah.
He's the ultimate motivation because I want to be around for him as he gets older. I don't want to be a burden. I want to be able to do things with him. I don't want sugar to be haunting us in 20 years' time.
But there's one thing that's holding Cara back. Cravings that she just can't beat.
Did cave in last night, had a bar of Galaxy. No one knows.